Well, hello there. I am Melissa Allman with MegaBliss Real Estate, and I would love to talk with you about the beginning process of wanting to buy a home. If your goal within the next 6 months to a year is to purchase a home, you are in the right place. I think that's very smart that you're asking about this now, because there's a lot of things that need to be in place for this process to go smoothly. The first thing is to get pre-approved with a lender. And if you don't have a lender already, I have one. Actually, I have several that I work with, and I will match you up with who I think would be the best fit. One of the things that they're going to ask is, how long have you been with your employer? Banks like to see that you've been with your employer for 2 years. They also want to see 2 years of tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs for the last couple of months. Also, one thing to keep in mind is your credit score. If you have anything in collections or ways to improve your credit, I definitely have some more information on another video about that. One of the lenders I work with specifically has a referral for credit repair. And one thing about credit is, sometimes if you have multiple credit cards, you may think that you just want to pay them all down or pay them off and close them, when actually that can hurt your credit. So it's really important to speak with a knowledgeable lender, and they can also do like a credit simulator. So they can look at it and see, if we pay this down, if we pay this car note down, what does that do to your credit? And we want to make sure that we get you to the highest credit score possible, because a great credit score equals better interest rates, which means you can afford more and you will have a lower monthly mortgage. So also, you want to be thinking about your down payment. There are down payment assistant programs available, and a lender can definitely explain all those different options to you. But you want to think about your closing costs, your down payment. If you are not putting 20% down, which you don't need to do, you can do 3%, 3.5%, or 5%. But if you put 20% down, that means you won't have property mortgage insurance, which is a monthly insurance on top of your mortgage, your property taxes, your home insurance. Then you've got property mortgage insurance. And that is just a way for the banks to have some assurance that you're going to continue to make your mortgage payment. So there's a lot of little things to think about. A lender can definitely walk you through the process, and that's why getting a pre-approval is so important. Also, once you have that pre-approval letter from your lender, then we know what price we can look at for purchasing a house for you. So say you get a pre-approved for $400,000. The way I like to do things is, we will set you up with a portal in MLS for a home range between 300 and 400, maybe 400 and 5,000. I like to be able to give you a range to see all of the homes on the market in your specific area, so that you may find a home that's $315,000 that, if you were able to put some money into it, that could be your dream home. I don't want to take you all the way to the top of your price point. I like to sleep well at night, and I like to know that my clients are comfortable with where their mortgage payment is at. Buying a home for the first time is an exciting time, but there's also utility bills and property taxes, those things that maybe you don't think about when you are renting. So I always want to make sure you're very comfortable with your payment. And again, a lender can make sure that, once we find a house for you, that they can go over what your monthly payment would look like with your interest rate. So if there's any other questions that you have, you can always feel free to reach out to me. But that is a wrap up of why it's super important to get pre-approved. Also, once you have that pre-approval letter and we do find a house, we can present that pre-approval letter with the offer, and that lets the seller and the listing agent know that you are solid and that you are a serious buyer, and it will give you more weight in getting your offer accepted. I hope that you have a blissful day, and I look forward to chatting with you. Bye.
That was great.